Dear students, I am Dr. Vibhu Trivedi, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, Meerut Institute of Engineering and Technology. And the topic of this video lecture is Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion Part 2. So in the previous video lecture, we talked about the general definition of ocean thermal energy conversion and its two types of plants that are used to convert ocean thermal energy to the electricity. Now in this video we will talk about its advantages, disadvantages and environmental impacts. So the main advantages of OTEC are the resource supplies steady power without fluctuations and independent of vagaries of weather. So ocean water is available throughout the year. The temperature differences between the surface and the depth of ocean are also almost uniform throughout the year. So the power that can be generated is uniform and does not dependent on the weather. Next point is the availability hardly varies from season to season. Again the same point is valid, that is the required temperature difference does not gets very much affected from season. Now at a suitable site the resource is essentially limited only by the size of the system. So in the vast expanses of ocean, the ocean thermal energy is easily available. It is up to us how much we can extract of it by installing efficient plants. The required machinery requires only marginal improvements in well-tried engineering devices such as heat exchanger, turbine, etc. So the ocean thermal energy conversion works on the simple thermodynamic principle of heat engine, in which a heat source, which is our surface water, and heat sink, which is our water in depth, is required. So technology is nothing very revolutionary or new, and the already available devices such as heat exchanger and turbines can be used here to generate power, unlike in the case of solar energy where solar panels etc have to be constructed, or in magneto-hydrodynamic power where very high temperatures are encountered. So here the simple technology can be used to generate power. It has the ability to create some useful byproducts such as desalinated water and nutrients for mariculture. In the last video we discussed that in open cycle type plant, the steam which is used in the turbine can be condensed to provide desalinated water, and the larger quantities of it which can be very useful. And the cooling water from the depths that is used is usually nutrient rich, and if we don't send it back to the deep oceans, we can use it at shores to develop mariculture or fisheries, etc. Now after these advantages, the only major disadvantage of this technology is its low efficiency and high installation cost due to challenging landscape of installation. That means we have to install our plants in between seas on the ships, so the installation costs becomes high, and due to small temperature differences between surface water and deep sea water, low efficiencies are encountered. So these are the only disadvantages of this technology. Now if we talk about environmental impacts, so it is feared that biota including eggs, larvae and fish could be entrained and destroyed due to intake and expulsion of large volumes of water. Appropriate siting of intake may reduce the problem. So if we install our plant in such areas where marine life is very rich, where some special species of fish and marine life are found. So their life could be endangered due to extraction of large volumes of water. So this can be a problem, and it can be avoided by using such sites where marine activity is low. Next, changes in local temperature and salinity might also affect the local ecosystem, impact coral, and influence ocean currents and climate. So as we are taking hot surface water and also mixing it with deep ocean waters which have low temperature, so this unknown changes in temperature can affect the local ecosystem. So this and create the danger to the marine life. So this is another environmental impact. Now in open cycle type system, carbon monoxide, which is dissolved in warm water, is released to the atmosphere and can cause the pollution. However, if we compare it with the carbon monoxide released by oil and coal based generation systems, then the fraction is very small, and to avoid this small quantity, we can re-inject it into warm water discharge. Now release of large quantities of cold water into the warmer surface environment will also have biological effects which are yet to be known. So this is another environmental impact. Now some design challenges can also happen, such as the deposition and growth of microorganisms found in seawater in the pipes of evaporators and condenser heat exchangers, which is known as biofouling. Biofouling reduces the heat transfer efficiency and thereby lowers the performance. So this is the major design problem in OTEC plants. Now to remove this biofouling, mechanical methods are used, or mechanical cleaning is used, which is done by continuous circulation of closed fitting balls, and also chemical cleaning can also be used by chlorination of the water. But this type of biocides to prevent fouling can be a source of pollution. However, if we try to capture this chlorine and release it in small quantities, then it cannot be no problem. So in this way, the complete topic of ocean thermal energy conversion is covered in both these videos. Thank you.